Missy, and today I'm here to share with you guys my February anticipated reads for 2016. I have 11 on the list, and so yeah, let's just get started. The first one is called Revenge of the Wild. Is that what it's called? I got my handy dandy notebook, so I'll be reading off of it. Yeah, Revenge and the Wild. This is by Michelle Modesto. It comes out on the 2nd of February, and it's a fantasy, historical fiction, steampunky book about a girl named Westy who's adopted by a local inventor. And in this book, it's the Wild West meets dark magic meets like some kind of like monster creature. I don't know if they're vampires, what kind of monsters they are. But basically, Westy's family is slaughtered when she's little. And when she's adopted by this inventor, he ends up like creating something that is almost like I think it's like a force field or something like that to contain the magic in their town, I think. And a very rich family moves in and wants to buy this invention, and Westy sees this family and thinks that they are the ones who killed her family, and so she's got to figure out if they are by, you know, I don't know, mingling with them and getting information. Sounds really cool. The whole Wild West meets dark magic and monsters. That sounds awesome. I want to read it. The next book is Raging Sea, and this is the sequel to, darn it, Undertow. That's it, Undertow. And this is by Michael Buckley. This one comes out on February 2nd. Now, I requested Undertow from the publisher because I really, really wanted to read this book. And they sent it to me and they were awesome about it. And then I never read it because it was kind of like a segregation story at the beginning. And that wasn't like grabbing me. It's about humans who live in Coney Island and these sea creature people that come out of the water and kind of like take over Coney Island, and the humans are trying to like fight back this like alien invasion. And but I don't know if they're mer people or whatever, these water creature hybrid people want to go to school. And so if you've seen that old clip that they play all the time with that black girl who's trying to go to a white school, and there's like all those people lined up on the side, that's kind of like the first couple chapters of this book is a whole bunch of humans and then these couple of sea creature hybrid people wanting to go to this school, and there's like cops trying to keep them back. I don't know, it seemed, it didn't catch my interest, but the sequel's coming out, and so I do have it on my TBR to read this year because I started it and I need to finish it, and that will get me motivated to do it because the second one's coming out. I don't know. Anyways, number 3 is Stars Above by Marissa Meyer or Mayer. Everybody should know what this is. It comes out February 2nd. It's the bind-up of all of her novellas for the Lunar Chronicles. I'm super stoked to read these ones. Number 4 is Hooked by Lisa Maxwell. This is the author that wrote Sweet Unrest, and it's a Southern Gothic, like voodoo story. I believe it's only a duology. The first book was good. I enjoyed it, and I thought that the author's writing was pretty cool. And then Hooked is a Peter Pan retelling, so I am intrigued. I want to read it. Number 5 is These Vicious Masks, and this is by Taryn Shanker. I think that's how you say her name. And Kelly Zekas. This one comes out on the 9th of February, and it's a Jane Austen meets the X-Men. I don't know how that's going to work out, but it's historical fiction fantasy. So, like, I don't know. I'm excited. You have all these Edwardian people with superpowers. That sounds cool. Number 6 is Where Futures End by Parker Peavyhouse. This one also comes out on the 9th of February. And to me, by reading the synopsis, it kind of sounds like a young adult version of David Mitchell's books, because you have 5 teens, 5 futures, 2 worlds, and 1 ending. So they are 5 novellas that all link up at the end, and it talks about their stories. It does sound really interesting. Number 7 is Ascending the Boneyard. This is by C.G. Watson, and it comes out on the 16th of February, and it says it's a gaming magical realism book, a Donnie Darko meets The Matrix. I love The Matrix. I thought Donnie Darko was pretty weird and awesome. There's major mixed reviews on this book. There's only 10 reviews on Goodreads, so I can't really know if it's good or not just by those 10 reviews. But basically, it's about a boy who goes and plays video games when he's like stressed out, I think, or like he feels like, you know, life is too much for him, and then starts to lose that line between reality and you know, in fantasy. So it sounds interesting. Number 8 is called Take the Fall by Emily Hainsworth, and this comes out on February 16th. It's a mystery novel, and it kind of reminded me of The Creeping, which I thought was really, really good. But this one is, again, 2 girls go into the woods. One dies, one comes back, doesn't remember what happened or what happened, how her friend died. And then there's like a love thing where she kind of falls in love with her friend's ex-boyfriend. Totally weird and random. But she's trying to keep him from being a suspect because she doesn't think he did it, but then she doesn't know for sure. I don't know. The Creeping was really, really good. And I've heard a lot about girls going into the woods and only one coming out. So I don't know if this is going to be good, but I want to read it anyway. Does that make sense? I don't know. Number 9 is Behold the Bones by Natalie C. Parker. This one comes out on the 23rd of February, and it is the sequel to Beware the Wild. I really, really wanted to read this book, and it's about 2 siblings, a brother and a sister. The brother goes in to the woods, and I don't know if they're playing hide and go seek or whatever, but when he comes back out, he's not her brother, and nobody remembers that she had a brother, and so she starts panicking and trying to figure out where her brother went. And so this is the sequel, and again, this is another book that's just not at my library, so I'm totally bumming, but I'm excited for the sequel. One day I will get to these books. Number 10 is The Secret Language of Sisters, and this is by Luann Rice. Luann Rice, I've seen her books a ton, like in used bookstores, and I believe she does like adult mystery novels. But this one is about one sister who gets in a car accident and is in a coma, and they call it, what do they call it? They called it something. Locked In. They called it Locked In. And then I also have a John Scalzi book called Lock In. But it's about being in a coma but being aware of everything that's going around you but not being able to tell anybody. And so the whole book is about one sister being in the coma, the other sister trying to figure out a way to get her sister out of that coma. So it sounds interesting. I have sisters, so I want to read it. And then this also might be Luann's first YA. I don't know. From what I can tell, all of her books are adult, and this is the first YA. And then the very last book that is totally right up my alley, like, it just sounds super funny. It's called Kill the Boy Band, and this is by Goldie Moldavsky. Anyways, it comes out on the 23rd of February. It's about 4 super fans who steal a boy band member that is like their favorite boy band ever. They steal one of the guys. They have him locked up and like tied up in their hotel room, and they're all bummed out because this is like the dopiest guy of the boy band. It's not even like the coolest one, and they don't know what to do with him, and it just sounds It sounds really funny. I think they're holding him hostage so that the rest of the boy band has to come and like find him, and then they can like get the other band members. And they say that they didn't mean to steal him. It was an accident. I don't know. It sounds really, really funny. I'm an 80s kid, so our boy band was New Kids on the Block, and I really liked New Kids on the Block. I even had a New Kids on the Block backpack. And then, of course, you know, a little bit later there was NSYNC and the other boy band. But I never really got into them because I was already in, like, my 20s. Anywho, I could never imagine stealing somebody because I was like, I loved them so much. So those are my 11 books that I'm anticipating on reading in February. I will probably borrow these from the library because I don't want to buy them. Yeah, let me know down below what you are interested in reading. I am always excited to hear about new books, and also all of these stories are YA, and I really, really love YA books. And if I hadn't told you before, I'm pretty sure I have, between my teens and my 30s, all I read was adult fiction. So when I was in my 30s, that's when YA was like new to me, and I'm thinking, oh, this is so fun because it's not as, I don't know. I got tired of reading about sex, if that makes sense. Like in a lot of adult books, you have, or the adult books that I like to read, like mystery, crime, or whatever, there's always this like sexy time. And in YA, you don't really get that. There's like kissing and stuff, but no hardcore like grinding in the books. And so I was excited to get away from that. And I don't know. Anyways, if you know a good website that will tell you about adult releases that are coming up besides Goodreads and Amazon, because I don't really like their formatting, let me know down below, because I do enjoy yalit.com, which is the website that I go to find out all of these YA books that are coming out. And yeah, let me know down below if you know something that I don't. This whole video is garbage. That's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.